Hello lovers and welcome back to Travel Snacks. So I'm living in my car. Snack time. You're probably wondering, why would anybody choose to live in their car? Well, I'm going to tell you why in this little story time video. About a year ago, I decided that I wanted to not have a regular apartment and I wanted to just travel the world and just travel everywhere. So I moved in with my parents, and that's my base. And then about 4 months ago, I quit my job and decided to do this travel thing full time. I ended up traveling a lot, but then kind of stayed stuck in the desert a lot too, because when you're building a business. And so I'm like, wow, I feel so antsy. I want to get out and continue to travel, but I kind of feel like I don't want to spend a bunch of money doing this. And I'm a very frugal person. I thought about getting a van and just kind of converting it and then traveling around in this van and then doing some international trips in between. But those van conversions are expensive. And plus, what if I got a van and I didn't really like it that much? That would really suck. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll just continue to think about this and start planning some United States trips and just kind of go like that. A couple times I was at friend's house and something happened, whether they had a cat and I'm allergic and I'd get really watery eyes and I'd end up sleeping in the back of my car. Or I was at a friend's house who snored and I'm like, no bro, I can't do this, and I end up sleeping in the back of my car. And both those times, was it comfortable? No. But it wasn't terrible. And I have a nice, pretty good car, it has a nice big back seat, and I love my car. Recently, this situation happened where I ended up sleeping in my car and I was like, you know what? You got to use what you have. Be resourceful. And so I started looking up stuff online, and then I ended up down a rabbit hole of car life videos on YouTube, and I was like, I could totally do this. And then I could get out of the desert and travel and do all kinds of adventurous things. I started looking into things that I could do to make my car more comfortable, because I'm like, it's not a van, it's not an RV, it's a car. And so I started to tell people about it, and every person was like, you're crazy. You don't even like camping. What are you doing? Why would you do this? But to me, I'm like, I am a traveler. I love it. I love the adventure of it. I want to travel everywhere and go to all the restaurants, hole-in-the-wall places, great spots that people know about that I don't know about, or things that I can discover along the way. So the more people were like, why would you do that? The more I wanted to do it. So I started looking up things on Amazon to make my car more comfortable. So I got a backseat car mattress, which is back here. I got all of my supplies, and I'm going to be doing a car tour video in the next couple videos, so stay tuned for that. And then I just decided, you know what, I'll get all the supplies and then I'll do a test night to see if I would even like doing that, which that'll be another video that you'll have to check up on. But one of the first things that I thought of was how am I going to sleep in this car? What's the best way to sleep in this car? The first thing I thought of was that I would get this car mattress, because I've seen it on Amazon or on social media where you're scrolling and you see the sponsored posts for these car mattress things, and I'm like, I wonder if that's really comfortable in a car. The other thought, which was funny, is that I didn't even know that my car back seats fold down, but they're separate, so the whole thing doesn't come down. I don't know how to explain it, but anyways, two pieces, but there's still this opening. So I was like, oh, well, maybe I could just put one of the things back and then put my feet into the trunk and then my head on the back of the seat, and then that would be comfortable. But that didn't work out, because when you put the seat down and you lay in it, where the seat comes down as a curve, that falls right into your back, and that is super uncomfortable. So I was like, cool, what I'll do is I'll just get a pallet of pillows and blankets and build that part up and then lay on that, and it'll be kind of flattish. But when I did that, it built it up so much that when I turned on my side, because I'm a side sleeper, that my hip was hitting the top of the seat back. So there was no room for me to move around, and that's really constricting. There's no way I'm gonna be able to sleep like this. I was excited about that at first, but I had to rule that out pretty quickly. So I was like, shoot. But the good news about that is that I still maintained all of my trunk space, which at the end of the day came in super handy because I filled up the whole trunk. So I decided that I would do the back seat as my bed, and I tried a few different things. I tried it with just a mattress, then I tried it with a mattress plus a camping pad, but the camping pad didn't really add anything to it, and then it made it higher, so when I sit, then I'm like hitting the roof with my head. It's a whole experience. I've learned so much in the last week of trying to prepare for living in this car. It's not easy. There's like so many little details that you have to think of if you want to try to be as comfortable as possible. It just really makes me grateful, and just really makes me think about the fact that there's a lot of people that don't have the choice. Circumstances happen and they have to either live on the street or live in their car. And it really makes me take a pause. I do value what I have and all the stuff that makes me be able to live in my car and be comfortable doing so. That's the main reason, is that I wanted to just get out of the desert and I wanted to travel. The second reason being that I wanted to try it out to see if I even liked it, because if I do, then I can maybe upgrade to a van. And could you imagine if I live in this car and then I get a van? That would be so luxurious. I'd just have room to do all kinds of activities and spread out. Also, if this works out, even in this car, I can do a lot more road trips across the United States, which I really want to get out to the East Coast. This dude is out here just like playing the flute. So now you might be wondering where I'm gonna go. So here's the plan. So I'm starting out at the bottom of California in San Diego. I'm going to drive all the way up to Vancouver, Canada, because I've never been and I heard it's super beautiful. I heard it's super beautiful. And then I'm gonna make my way back down Washington, Oregon, a lot of places through California, the coast. Along the way, I'm gonna be documenting my car life. And I'm also going to be visiting a lot of different restaurants, hence Travel Snacks. So I hope that you'll join me on this journey, because there's going to be a lot of things that's going to be a first time for me, and it's going to be quite interesting to see how this goes. I have some of my friends and family that have little bets like, you're only going to make it 4 days in the car, you're not going to make it, you're going to not be safe, there's like so many things. And it's just like, to me, I'm not scared at all. I am so excited. I have all the supplies necessary if I get cold. And also, like, I mean, I'm not crazy. Like, if something pops off, I can get a hotel or an Airbnb. It's not the end of the world. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because then you're going to get to know every time I upload a new video about this journey living in my car. I know this life is not for everybody, but for me, I have such a traveler's spirit and mentality that to me it's adventurous, it's exciting. If you wanted to travel and do a lot of things, would a car be a place that you would see yourself staying in to save money and to just be more adventurous? I really want to know, so tell me in the comments. Even before this car life journey, I've had so many questions. So I've written them down, and I'm going to be making videos on all the questions and all the things like, how do I go to the bathroom? How do I shower? Where do I store my food? How do I sleep? How do I stay warm? How do I stay cool? Like, there's so many questions. So I'll be making videos on all those things. So if there's any questions that you have, drop it in the comment box below. Also, you can follow the journey on my Instagram, travelsnacks_. It's a wrap.